somebody else is sitting and planning how to destroy. Kwa hivyo mimi ningeuliza kanisa, we are the pastors. God has called us and we have a responsibility. We are accountable to these people. That is why God called us. And we must be fearless when it comes to protecting our children. There was a time that young men were being killed by the Pharaoh of Egypt. He didn't want the Israelites to multiply. And they were afraid of their numbers. And what they did, they decided only girls were to live. And if you saw, that was a satanic agenda to destroy the boy child. And there came 5 women who stood up. Ogwatumia no mwaka mwihotore. Murore ciana cianyu, mumenyerere ciana cianyu, na mugitire ciana cianyu. Ni mugwika oguo. Na wathuri makorwo na ithuĩ tugitire ciana citu. Ucio niguo wira wa ciari, aria mama ciarite na aria mama ciarite kiroho. The other thing is to make sure that our children are safe and they are working. And that is why leadership is here, to ensure that we are opening job spaces for our children, so that they are not out there idle. And we are working very hard. Young men and young women, we are trying our level best. Like those ones we did the rehabilitation of 1,200, about 500, we have also been able to skill them and to take them to jobs. The others are already in a rehabilitation which come skilling center, where they are going to come out tooled to be able to stand for themselves. So I believe that God will provide the resources for these young men to be able to finish the skilling, and God will connect them to jobs. So I am not worried. Whether there is money or not, I believe God will provide for you. And I believe the church, we are waking up. We wake up to our mandate and do what we must do. If 600 can be taken by PEFA, how much can Full Gospel take? Another maybe 600. The Catholic Church, because we are doing the rehabilitation with the clergy. Even out there in the Muslim world, in Mombasa, the clergy is also taking their boys and making sure that they are out of drunkardness, and they are also connecting them to jobs. So there is work that is being done. Sometimes we don't go shouting on pulpits what we are doing, because it is our work, and that is what God called us to do. But we are going to speak now to the church as we have been speaking this time. Mfungue milango kwa watoto wetu wakuje tuwaajiri. Every church you can employ 2, 3, 10, even if it is 500. Wacha wakuje walime around here na waoshe kanisa, na sisi tuchange hiyo pesa, tukiwa waumini tunawalipa. Is that not possible? And we can reduce the unemployment of our children until the government organizes itself and creates the employment that needs to be done. Having said that, I want to say that was a great sermon that you have given to us. Purpose. Define your being. And young people, you have a purpose. And that purpose will define your destiny. And destiny is important to every one of us. If you can be able to know your purpose, and your purpose is to serve. I know my purpose. My purpose is to serve God and to serve His people. And that is why my office, even through Dr. Rigathi Foundation, which I've been working, I serve the widows, I serve the orphans, I serve the people with disabilities, and the boy child who is in trouble. And that I will not stop. I will continue. Mutaniona matora ini. And I don't only do here. Go to Migori. You'll find there are widows who are already having fish ponds, which we have helped. And we raised money from people, and they gave us money to do that. Go to Loitoktok. You will find there are women who are already doing the greening of our environment. Come here, you'll find there are widows who are working. We have widows in Joro, we have widows everywhere. And we are going to continue working. And I know God will provide. Agikoro athuri aria mehaha ni ma provide agira atumia ao ri ni mo reciria Ngai no aremo niko he atumia ake the widows kiria mangikira na mangihumba na Ngai githe tu en mwene fedha na thahabu na migunda na ndegwa iria cia irima-ini tamenya ni agututeithia. And young people, please do not go to those bars. I ask you, I beg you as a mother. It was so painful for me when I saw them in withdrawal symptoms. Amwe mahaishaga ruthingo, age maredia ngũkũ, hallucinations, and you saw our children in pain. Somebody going back to return them there. I think that is the worst that can happen to a human being. And I think it is time that Kenya started to change the way it is going. Let's change course. And the ones I can ask, young people, keep your lane. Have the objective. Focus. And make sure you become the economic drivers. You are our tomorrow. As mothers, we are looking up to you. We do not have any other future. We only have you. And don't destroy yourselves. Allow me now, as you stand, we welcome the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua. God bless you. God bless you.
Asante, tafadhali tuketi. My Lord Bishop, Bishop Macharia, and the clergy, our members of the county assembly from this great constituency that I represented in Parliament for 5 years. Ado amushia Kiamariga Ngai ni mwega na hindi ciothe Ngai iria iciarera Mwathani agocwo Mwathani agocwo ringi ando itu muri okuo na Mwathani ona ithuĩ nĩ gũkena mũno turokire hwaĩ na turakiuga tondu muthenya wa Sunday no nginya tugithie kanitha-inĩ tũgũcokia ngatho. Tũraranĩria na Pastor Dorcas hwaĩ ndĩramũria kanitha ciothe gũkũ gũtirĩ itarĩ ndakinya makĩria ya kanitha 700 tũgũthiĩ ha akĩnjĩra tutithio ha Kiamariga kwa Bishop Macharia. Onani no ndagĩkena. Bishop, thank you very much for the word. Na no tũkenaga rĩrĩa twĩ mũciĩ tondũ gũtirĩ mũndũ ũtendete kwao na mũndũ nĩ endetwo kwao na gũtirĩ mũndũ ũtendete kwendwo. Rĩmwe nĩ makĩnyingagĩrĩra mũno makanjĩta mũgĩcagi atĩ nĩ kwenda andũ aitũ no niĩ gũtirĩ mahĩtia njĩkĩte na andũ aitũ ngũtũra ndĩmendete tondũ rĩrĩ ũgwaga kwenda andũ anyu wende rĩu rĩ gĩcagi gĩkĩ gĩa Kiamariga haha rĩ nĩkuo aciari akwa marĩ hĩndĩ ya mbara. Andũ aya me gũkũ rĩ ndĩmoĩ na marĩtwa. Andũ aya rĩ tũreretwo nao tũkũrĩte nao. Ũtongoria ũyũ twĩ naguo rĩ nĩ inyuĩ mũtũhete. Ũngĩmena andũ anyu wende rĩu niĩ angĩkorwo mahĩtia makwa nĩ kwenda andũ aitũ rĩ nĩndetĩkĩra mahĩtia makwa. Ona mangĩnjĩta mũgĩcagi ndigatiga kwenda andũ aitũ na maica mothe manjĩrĩire gĩcagi na makarĩkĩra ũguo. Eni matukũ marĩa mothe Mwathani agũtũiga muoyo tũkũrũra tũre mũthenya wa mũico rĩ oha. Eni ũguo nĩ twakena mũno Bishop, and thank you. Na nĩ ndakena onani atĩ no ndĩgĩtĩre kawĩra kanini ndarutire atĩ gũkũ gũtiakinyĩkaga nĩ ndoro na twakona ni ndona ni kwega okawira twarutire tukiuga atimia aitu marithiaga na taritari tugacokeria Ngai ngatho kanitha uyu twari guku tugikira tairo tugoka tugakora ni mwega tugacokeria Ngai ngatho acieko iria mundu ekaga imurumagirira maisha-ini make mothe kai tuthie na mbere na gwika wega thie na mbere na gwitigira Ngai tuthie na mbere na kwendana na kuiguanira tha tondu uguo niguo Ngai witu endaga uhoro wa kanitha ni ndaigua ni murenda gwakira ciana ithe tiguo githo nginya nani ndikimuteithie uguo twekirirwo mikana riu ya guteithia no turigiteithagia tondu riri at least gwitu mucii tuturatuteithagia koguo ni ngubanga materials na maundu MCA ni tugubanga ni tuguteithia no ngitha twakire kanitha icio twakire ciana citu katiguo koguo ni tuguteithania thabari iyo ni uhoro wa mahema itwanjiriirie na tukiruta wira munene muno gwicoka ciaca ria ciokire itari njega makirugama no riu ni tukurikia ni moi twina itangi nene muno kuria nyana ria kuhe andu a guku mai makuigana makunywa na magwikana makurima na iro cio ni ndi ucoketie raini utigarite handu hanini na ni ngwenda kumuhakikishira ati wira uria wothe ndanjiriirie ndi mubunge ni ngurikia ndi deputy president barabara ya kuma kwa governor guthie center guthie Ngorano guthie Gatung'ang'a onayo ni tukurikia ona ni tutiakirikiria ya kuma kwa governor nginya Kiamariga ya kuma Cieni guthie nginya ari agwetagwo kuma Marua guka Gatung'ang'a Magajo Cieni haria Tip Top guthie uguo nginya State Lodge kuma uguo guthie kuria gwakwa na maundu macio mothe tuguthie turikitie he baria ngi haha nayo ya kuma Gitundu te guka Kabiru-ini bara icio ciothe no ndirarumirira na wira no mwene na no ndirona ta andu aria twerire magitutithikire ta matiganire na wira ri wira wakwa ni ngutindika na ndanjiriire tugutindika wira ucio nigetha tuthie turikitie yuria MCA andu mucokeria ngatho guthikagiria andu aria marauga andu aya ni wathungu aitu nicio itonga citu mukamathikiria uria marauga mugekaga uria marauga tondu nio maugaga na nie hau niho ngoragwo ndi ni thikagiriria ground uria au ngatwarana nayo na uguo ngutura njikite. And let me say, this issue of drug and substance abuse, I sat down with President William Ruto, my boss, and we agreed that there was a problem, and a big problem. And the president asked me to lead the war against drug and substance abuse. And among the regions that were very affected was the Mount Kenya region. We were losing an entire generation in another 10 years. And the president asked me to lead the war, and the matter went all the way to the cabinet, and we agreed what we must do. And I put together a multi-agency team under my leadership, and we have made substantial progress. And our children are back to work. And we shut down all bars that were selling illicit brews. And people have been very happy. So when I started hearing last week that some people want to interfere with that work, one, I heard that our local member of parliament has directed the security officers in Karatina purporting on orders from above to reopen our bars. One, a member of parliament cannot instruct security officers. And if the security officers in this region are taking instructions from a member of parliament, we shall discipline them. But to my shock, I came last night. This morning, as I was walking around in the village, I came face to face with what I knew a year ago. I found some young men at 6 a.m. in the trenches drunk, which means some bars have been reopened. Let me say this. One, I've never missed a single cabinet meeting, so there is no decision that has been made by the cabinet to stop the war against illicit brew. Number two, the last meeting I chaired 10 days ago, we are on course. Let me say this because it's important that I say so. One of the most successful intervention that has made people very happy in this country and in this region with the government of President William Ruto was a war against illicit brew. Anybody stopping that war or undermining it is setting the president and the government against the people. And if you people at the interior think that you want to interfere with this very successful program, so that maybe you undermine the deputy president because he's the one who has been leading this war, you are effectively undermining President William Ruto and his administration. And let me say, Mr. President, if you allow overzealous officers at Harambee House with a political scheme to interfere with this war against illicit brew, those people, those officers will set you up against the people. Nao watu watakosanisha rais na wananchi. True or false? Nyinyi mkifikiria mna siasa mnacheza hapo. Ati kwa sababu hii program Rigathi Gachagua ndio anaongoza, amepata umaarufu, ati mfungue zile vilabu zilikuwa zinauza pombe baya ndio watoto waanze kukufa, mtakuwa mnamhujumu na kumkosea Rais William Ruto na serikali yake. I want to say and I want to advise nikiwa hapa kanisani, the popularity or otherwise of our administration will depend on the interference or non-interference with the war against illicit brews. These people, the women, our children, parents have been very happy with the government kwa sababu watoto wetu walikuwa wanapotea. Nyinyi mkikaa hapo mtumie wabunge ambao wamepotea njia, ate mfugue vilabu zile zilikuwa zinauza pombe baya ya kuua watoto, watoto waanze kulala kwa mitaro, watoto waanze kukufa kwa pombe, mtakuwa mmemkosea rais. And the political damage you do to the president and the government will not be repaired. Nenda Amera, andu acio marauga ati irabu icio hingurwo iria iroragaga ciana citu ciana ciaje gukua ni president murahitiria na kumuhurithania na atimia na aciari mugeciria kuri siasa murathaka hau icio ni siasa njuru muno. And I want to tell our officers, if there are such instructions, they should be in writing so that we know who is giving those instructions. I would like the DCC, Mathira East and Mathira West to tell us if they have any written instructions to reopen the bars that were selling illicit brews, as it has happened. This morning is my lowest day in the last 1 year when I have found our children back in the trenches at 6 a.m. in the morning. What are we doing? What kind of politics are we playing? How are we going to play with the lives of our children? This is a program that the president gave me for 1 year, and we have succeeded to save an entire generation. And you want, because of stupid, primitive politics, to undermine that program, thinking that you are undermining the deputy president. What happens to our children? What are you going to tell their mothers who are so happy with what the government had done? Please, people at Interior, stop those games. And I want to say, let our officers not take instructions from members of parliament, purportedly from higher authorities. Let anybody who wants to stop this exercise, let anybody who believes that those bars should be reopened, put it in writing. And I want to say, the officers who are serving in Kenya, please, the era of orders from above are gone. If anybody wants to give instructions, let them be in writing. But if a decision has been made without my knowledge that the war on illicit brews should come to an end and people should sell illicit brews, I want to disassociate myself from that decision because I am not part of it. And I cannot be part of such a decision. I cannot be part of such a decision because I know what is good for the people. And I believe that President William Ruto is not aware of that decision. But some people are using his name to damage his reputation and standing before the people of Kenya. And I want to ask officers in government, we are just struggling to recover from the debacle of the finance bill. Why do you want to start another war with the people of Kenya? Sahi ndio tunang'ang'ana kubembeleza wa Kenya watulie kwa sababu ya makasiriko ya mambo ya finance bill. Sasa tena munataka kutangazia serikali vita ingine na wamama na wazazi kwa mambo ya pombe haramu. Sasa nyinyi ni rais mnasaidia ama ni kumwangusha? Hao watu ni rais wanasaidia ama ni kumwangusha? I can't believe it. You know, I can't believe it that a government that I serve as deputy president, some people can stop the war on illicit brews and allow bars to sell poison to our children. It's unbelievable. Na mimi niseme adwaito nie diri muraika ndi mundu we mahitia maige. Mahitia maria ndaneka mudekere. Tondu atongoria yothe mathuritwo Nyeri ni ndamureheire. Ni horo wama? Riu ni murona ngirigura mitugura menayo. Ngamurehera mwanake ngamwira uyu ni mwega. Riu kionei. ate irabu mairia irahingirwo ciana citu irarugama irathera iragia na kihariro iracoka micii kanitha irakena atimia marakena aciari marakena ati we uthuritwo ni muingi ugathie kwira maofica ma thirikari ati ni urateithio kuma na iguru ati irabu ira iroraga ciana ihingurwo ciana citu ikue mudekere ni hara ndamuhitithirie mudekere njugi atiriri gwika mahiti ati uru uri gwika atia tugiuka hau turathie mwaka iyo iroka nitukurora na turore wega na nie ndigikahingura kanua gakwa kumwira ni uyu ningakorwo manyambite kuthurima na ngathurima nindirakenera muno ma MCA maitu ma Nyeri korwo kuri handu itagwire kigerio ni ma MCA maya ndamwirire muthure Karajo uyu ni kirathimo hari andu a ruguru uyu na nie ndarorete na ngona wega MCA ugwitwo Kinaiti wa Karatina MCA ugwitwo Kameri MCA ugwitwo Dagita MCA ugwitwo Kameri mararuta wira mwega na kamara uyu wa iria korwo kuri ninge handu twarorire wega ni gavana wa Nyeri ugwitwo Mutai wa Kahira twarorire wega ici ngigai ni tukurora ni tukurora ni njota ndi muonete na gutiri undu mutoe muri andu ogi gutiri undu mutoe muri andu ogi gutiri undu mutoe muri andu ogi we wathurwo ukaririria andu matikahinyiririo wira waku no kuhagira nda yaku wira waku ni gukunyanira ruriri wira waku ni kwendia andu irio cia nda andu aya makuheire wira umarugamirire umatetagire umaiguagire tha umaragiririe we ureciria uhoro wa nda yaku na mukaguo njugi atiriri ni tukurora rita riri na ndikahanyukira undu ringi ndire kunyire ki ndikahanyukira ni njuge ni njoketie ngatho kwi MCA Nyeri na gavana kurugama na andu aya na kwaragia ndeto ciama ndeto iria njega na MCA mutigetikire njohi icoke thiini wa Nyeri mutigetikire gitirai ciana ici gitirai ciana ici na njuge andu matigathukirie president siasa yake ni hindi twauma ndeto cia finance bill iria rakaritie andu riu ningi muke ate muhingure njohi ya kuraga ciana citu riu ni thirikari muragwithia kati kumiguithia muramegwithia njuge atiriri ono korwo hihi murenda bare gitongorio ni mundu ngitiri Rigathi wa Gachagua ni takiri na thina. I don't have a problem if the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua is a problem. Let somebody else lead this war on illicit brew so that they can continue, so that we save our next generation. But you cannot destroy an entire generation because probably you want to undermine one person. He's just a single person. How do you sacrifice an entire generation, a whole population, because you have a scheme against a leader? And the problem of that leader being truthful and listening to the ground. Mimi hakuna makosa ingine nimefanya hata moja, ni hiyo tu kusema tusikize nini. Yeah, that's all. Let's listen to the people. So let's be careful Let's overzealous public servants not undermine the president and the government before the people of Kenya. Let us be careful. Let us think about the people. The people of Kenya do not want poisonous alcohol. They do not want illicit brews. Why are you forcing them to take poison and illicit brews? Yegerekia juge ithue tuli andu a Kristiano na tuli andu a kwaria ndeto ciama. Iwe wira witu ni kwaragia ndeto ciama na kwaragiriria andu aitu to nio matohete kura. Na nie ni muithiri wa kworotwo ndi wa guthurwo. Katiguo. I am an elected leader. I am not appointed. So I listen to the people who have employed me. And I always associate myself with the feelings, the views, and the aspirations of those who have elected me into office. Even I assist the president, and I do assist him in all his work. But I continuously listen to the people of Kenya so that I'm able to give him good advice. I'm also able to make the right decisions. Because leadership is about the people. The people must be the center of each and every conversation so that we are able to make good progress. So mimi ningetaka kuambia maofisa kila pahali Kenya, I am not aware of any decision by cabinet, by government, to reopen bars that were selling illicit brews. Those instructions are illegal and it's part of the political schemes that are going on in this country. And those schemes are destroying the country. They are not building the country. And we would like to tell those people who have those schemes, please stop it. Don't undermine the president and his government by antagonizing the people of Kenya. Wengine wamekuwa na kiburi, wakifungua mdomo watu wanakasirika. Si ndio? Yeah. Nao watu ndio wanaharibia rais, wanaharibia serikali. Wako na kiburi mingi sana. Wamekula, wameshiba, wanatapikia watu ambaye hakuna kitu wamekula. Simu wapatie kidogo wakule alafu mwatapikie. Atiguo. Makaria moikoga unawekete. Yeah. And that is the problem we are having. You know, wewe umekula, umeshiba, unaongea vile unataka. Na kuongelesha watu vibaya na maringo na kiburi. Ambaye ni mambo ambaye haina haja. So let us help the president to succeed. Let us help him in his programs. But let us be humble as we talk to the people of Kenya. Twariria ndu na gitio na twinyihiria ndu toneo matohete wira. Na mkumbuke miaka 5 ikiisha mtarudi kwa hii watu. Mukamakora. Matwarithio ila mure bako matwarithia. Thikono ile kate. Weariria andu uri ukwenda. Metire. Monie matahiko. Ika maundu mako marakaria. Ni wakora andu ariko. We kundu mugithiete mutirio guku. Ni. Mimi Bishop nimefurahi sana. I want to say thank you very much. I am happy kuwa hapa nyumbani. Na mimi nashukuru sana. Sana sana sana. Kwa hivyo hii kazi ya kanisa nitafanya. Na hata hii sitaki kusubua MC yako na kazi mingi. Iko msichana nataka kupea hiyo kazi. Kuja wewe Anita. Ukakaile tu kaka kwa Anita Dhobe. Ile tu kaka. Kaile tu kaka nikega nigakũrĩa tetu. Nikaria wega. Ndikahewira goke kateithanie na wakanitha ũyũ. Ndigatume. Koguo nego mutumira muiritu ũyũ amũteithanie na wĩra ũcio wa nyũmba ĩyo tutwarithie nginya tuone nĩ weka atĩa. Ikarathe Anita. Na macio maingĩ nĩ mũkũgeithania mainũka. Nĩ mũkũgeithania.